So let's talk a little bit about the only way a real estate agent can grow their real estate business and start making more money. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. Today, we're going to talk about the big topic. There's an awful lot of opportunities out there for you to buy leads, to buy CRMs, to join another brokerage, to get involved with somebody's training program, to get a coach, to join a mastermind. Maybe you join a team. There's all these ideas, but let me tell you, there's only one way to actually start making more money. It's very simple. You have to grow your audience. Whoever has the biggest audience wins. I'm sure there's a lot of great singers out there, but they don't have the audience that Beyonce has. So when both of them put out content, Beyonce is going to make a lot more money. Now, you're just little old real estate agent in little old town. How do we make a lot of money being a big fish in a small pond? That's true even if you're in a large city. You're really in one small area, and you only need to be famous. You only need to be well known in a very small marketplace. But I want you to think back. If you've been licensed for a while and you remember 10, 15, 20 years ago when the top producer in your office was that old lady that's been selling real estate for 50 years, and she sold them a house, and she sold their kids a house, and she sold their kids a house, and it's all word of mouth, and she just has this big sphere of influence, and that's how she makes money. It just comes to her every single month. She has new clients coming into her. That was old school audience. That's specifically what that was. She had a lot of people that know her, like her, and trust her. And or him, whatever the case is. But that is how they build it. And it took them 40 years to build that. I want you to look at like my YouTube channel here. If you look at my YouTube channel, 12 months ago, I had 8,000 followers. Let me give you that again. 12 months ago, I had 8,000 followers. You have to build an audience. You know how many you start with? 0. If you set up a Facebook page and a YouTube page today, you start with 0 followers. That's how many you have. Well, if you put out something good, whether it has your face on it, direct to camera, or if you do the faceless videos that we've been teaching so much about, if you put out good content, they'll say, you know what? This guy's stuff's pretty good. I want to follow this. Or this gal's stuff is pretty good. This is someone I want to follow. I want to see their next informational piece that they're putting out, whether it's faceless or direct to camera. But what you're doing is you're growing your audience. You're doing what that old realtor that's been selling real estate for 50 years, what she had to actually sell a house to get accomplished, to get one more person in her audience, to get one more person to do word of mouth and refer to a client or a friend or somebody they know and say, you know what, Greg Luther is a great agent. You should list your house with him, or you should buy your house with him. If you grow your audience as a real estate agent, and you start building a following. I'm not saying to be a social media megastar. I'm not saying you need to be a YouTuber, but you have to put out helpful content. I'm going to give you some tips today on what you can do to make that happen, because if you help your followers, they're going to go with you. If you get some local folks, you show them 3 things they can do to improve the value of their home, the 7 best things about living in your town, the 5 things you want to be careful of if you're planning to move to this area. Maybe you don't want to live here if you don't like these 5 things. If you start to provide good quality content, they follow it. What you don't want to do is talk about yourself. Nobody gives a damn. Do not talk about yourself. Try to promote yourself. Promote your picture all over everything. Think that you're going to brand yourself. It's simply not going to happen. If you can imagine right now, like let's say I had a really good year. I made tons and tons of money. I want to go buy myself a $300,000 sports car. I'm going to go out today. Let me start looking at some new sports cars. Okay, I'm going to get a guy on the phone. And the guy says, I'm glad you're looking for a sports car. I'd love to help. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in the car industry for over 30 years. I don't care about that. I'm a 3rd generation car salesman. I've been working. I know the ins and the outs, and I can help you to... Dude, I just want to see cars. Why are you talking about yourself? Why don't you talk about what you can do for me? You know, if you were to shoot a video today, you're going to have a cell phone. You got to find yourself a cell phone. You have all the tools that you need. You have everything that you need. Now, you need to think about, what are my topics? What am I going to say? What's my call to action? So those that are interested can contact me. But if you think about all of the agents that have done very, very well, they've built an audience. Whether you call that past client, sphere of influence, people that know them, whatever the case is. But if you provide tremendous value, the digital world has made it easier. This has nothing to do with technology. Have you ever done a video on your phone before? Here's the technology you need to know. Start, stop. That's it. And then when you go to YouTube, you hit upload. Or you go to Facebook, you hit post. That's literally the technology you need. So don't bullshit yourself into thinking, oh, this is too hard, or this is new, or I don't know how to do it. Good, that means you're about to grow. Because what you don't want to do is shit you already know how to do. You're going to get what you already got. It's time for you to grow a little bit. But your goal is to build your audience so that every single month you are a licensed real estate agent, you make more money than the month before. You know why? You got more people in your sphere. Instead of always talking to the same 220 people, it goes to 400, and then 800, and then 1,000, and then 1,200, and then 1,500. And you're still giving great value to all those people. They thank you. They're in the comments. They're, hey, what do you think about this? Can you do a video about this topic? They start interacting with you, but you're giving great content to a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger list. And let me tell you, if you've got 2,000 people that are following you online, and you provide great quality content for them, you are going to spank the top producer in your town that makes all their money from their sphere of influence, because you have a bigger sphere. It's just in the digital world. You haven't sold them a home yet. Great, that's good news for you. So it's so easy for you to start making money if you get an audience, you get a herd, or what we call your universe, all the people that know you. Think about your unconverted leads, all the leads you've bought over the years that you never even talked to them. What if they were in your audience? What if they start seeing your helpful, educational, entertaining content that you put together? I don't edit this stuff. I'm not doing all kinds of crazy edits and overlays of text and have all the stuff swooping in and all that. I'm not doing any of that. I hit record on my phone and it's loaded. It can be that simple. Whether you're doing it live, or I would prefer you pre-record it. Key factor, don't ever watch yourself. You hate all the things about you. You never want to re-watch yourself. You already know what you said. Just post the thing and make some money. What you're doing is you're building trust, authority, and credibility. Those are the three things you're trying to build by talking to your audience. Because if you are not talking to your audience doesn't exist. Well, Greg, all my business comes from past clients and sphere of influence, and I don't really do much to talk to them. Well, that's why your business sucks. Because if you were top of mind presence, if you were providing helpful educational content, you will do far better off. All of our inner circle members that are involved with Greg Luther Inner Circle, where I'm helping them, coaching them, we give them tons of topics and bullet points and things you can say. It's so simple to do. Like you have couple of little outlines on what you want to say, and you can build an entire video just around that. It's so simple to do, but you have to know how to build that the right way. And if you do that, your following can become huge. And huge for you, by the way, is like 2,000 people. That is monstrosity in your market because it's very localized. You know, I'm working with, they say 1.2 million realtors were around before the first of the year and the NAR crap and all of that. But even of those, only half of them ever do any business. So, you know, I'm talking about a universe of really 400,000 producing realtors. So I got a big ass market share. You don't need to do the whole country. You don't need a whole industry. You need 2,000 people in your local market that love what you provide, that if you follow our outlines, they will always, always come back, ask you for more information, ask you to do a video about certain topics and that type of thing. But when you understand YouTube versus Facebook versus email, text message, direct mail, all of these opportunities that are available, when you understand how to do that, you get very, very good at building your audience. You don't even have to do video. You could just say, I'm going to talk to my audience via text, via email. You're familiar with like an email newsletter. Well, if it's garbage, if it talks about your favorite lasagna recipe, you're not going to make any money. You have to show that you are a dominant force in your marketplace. You have to show that you have the knowledge that you can help them to go where they want to go. Because the fact is, the thoughts they have about you before you go on the appointment matter more than your presentation itself. Let me give you that again. What they think about you before you knock on the door is more important than what you say at the kitchen table. If they look at you as authority, famous, followed you for a long time, know some things about you. I guarantee you, all the people watching this right now, probably 70% of them know my dog's name right here in my house. They know my big hobby that I have. They know they could tell you 3 or 4 things about my personality. And when you get good at building that audience and cultivating that audience, they love what you offer. You just got to keep pouring into them. You have to give them tons of value. You have to help them with whatever it is that they need in life. And if you're doing that, you're going to do very well. By the way, I'm going to give you a secret reveal here on today's video. Check this out. I just did this whole training right here with these bullet points. Feel free to read it. This is all the things I wanted to talk to you about today. You might need to pause and zoom in. This is everything I wanted to talk to you about today. I put it on a little sticky note there and I talk. That's how I did it. There ain't no script. There's just things that I want to talk about. This is how easy it is for you to talk to your community and go from 8,000 to 60, 70,000 people. You don't need to go that big. But in 1 year to do that, it's because you're providing value. You're bringing the goods. The people that follow me, it's because they know the next video I put out is going to give them that little bitty tip to help them in growing their business. When they share this with another agent, it's because they're like, man, you got to check out this Greg Luther guy. This really helped me. I didn't realize this is what I was doing wrong on conversion, or this is what I was doing wrong for lead generation. This is how you grow your audience as well. Let me know your thoughts about this. Leave a comment down here below. What are your thoughts about this? Where does your business come from? Do you have a sphere of influence? Are you building an audience right now? Let me know your random thoughts in the comments section here below. I'm honored to have you on board, and I'm honored to have you every single Tuesday watching our morning meeting where I can give you the goods, show you everything you need to learn to grow your real estate business. I'm Greg Luther, and we'll talk soon.